All right, there it is, about what we expected for the Z Fold 6. We knew a few days ago wasn't going to be the most exciting update in the world, and that has panned out to be the case. A little lighter, different aspect ratio on the front, which I'm going to enjoy, don't get me wrong. Any sort of little extra, even if it's a millimeter or two, as we learned, going from the Galaxy Fold 3 to the Fold 4 makes a difference for your thumbs, but it's not going to be an earth-shattering update, the flatter edges and all the rest of it. So it's going to be more in line with the design language of the S24 Ultra, so that's something to consider. It's more of an economic decision. If you're already a Fold fan, if you already have one, what generation would you want to upgrade from? You're not going to move to another phone. You're hooked on the large inner canvas here. You love using it and all the rest of it. So what is it going to take you to go ahead and upgrade from your previous generation Fold to a new one? We'll talk about it. Link in the description does help the channel. Listen closely. $100 off, an extra $100 off. If you pre-ordered, it's only an extra $50 off because it's not stackable, but only using the link in the description and only for the next 72 hours. So there is some sort of sense of urgency built in there. You really got to use that to save the extra $100, and you're going to want to because $1,900 is the base. They're giving you the free upgrade right now, so it's not $256, it's $512 if you pre-order, but that one starts at like $2,020 or something like that. So save every penny you can and use the link in the description. Okay, so like I said, spec-wise, all the rest of it is exactly what we'd expect. You're getting the next generation chip, you're getting all the whatever, you're getting the 512, all the stuff that you'd expect spec-wise is in the Galaxy Z Fold 6. What we didn't know, and so there's not like an S Pen in there, or there's not some great aspect ratio change that's going to super excite you. Whenever a presentation starts with live translation, you're in trouble. So let's start with the pricing here because that's what it's going to be. Fold 5 to your Fold 6, $1,200. If you're a reviewer, you do that. Otherwise, do not. Okay. There is zero reason, I think, unless your thumbs are absolutely screaming for that extra little room on the front of the display, or you're done with the curved edge or whatever, and you want the new design, or you're somebody that just upgrades every year to have the latest and greatest, to have the Snapdragon in there and all the rest of it, then that's something you consider. Otherwise, there is absolutely, I'll save the versus, I'll spoil my own versus video. There's absolutely no reason why you'd upgrade year over year. Fold 4, more of an interesting conversation. Not really, though. You reset the support window. Longer support now. Galaxy AI, all the rest of it. Those are conversations we can have. That's $1,000 Samsung will give you for your Galaxy Z Fold 4. Here's where it gets interesting. Galaxy Z Fold 3, $900. That I would do. If you're already on the boat, right? So you already know you're not going to have the sticker shock. A lot of people with foldables will look at the price tag and say, "Oh, $1,900, I'm not paying that." Blah 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 blah. All the rest of it. You've already done it, right? You're already part of that club. You're already somebody that said, "You know what? I'm going to spend this kind of big money on it because I like the idea of a foldable. I like the idea of carrying that extra real estate around in my pocket." So you don't get that same sticker shock that people who have not invested in a fold before do. So $900 off on that. The Fold 3, which I think is I understand that you have the S Pen support on the inside of the display with the S3, if I'm remembering that correctly. I think that's the generation they brought that in. What you're not getting is the outer display experience. I know from my Fold 2, because it's a similar outer display experience with a similar aspect ratio. At the end of the thing with that, at the end of my time with that device, I was very happy to trade that in for the Fold 4. Very happy. Because I needed that extra space on the outside. I just couldn't do that thin aspect ratio anymore. My thumbs could just not handle it. So I get it. I still like my Fold 3. I can use my S Pen. I still got the gorgeous display. I got everything else. I get it. But if this is just like last year with the Fold 2, which we'll talk about, where they were giving you $1,000. I think that was your last chance to get off the bus there for a decent amount of money. This is your last chance to kind of upgrade your Fold 3 and get an outsized sum of money for it. Nobody on eBay is going to pay you $1,000 or $900 for your Fold 3. So it's time to kind of wake up, understand what's going on, and say, you know what, if I want to keep going, if you want another Fold, you want an S24 Ultra, then don't worry about it. You want an S25 Ultra, if you're done with folds, don't worry about it. If you're tired of getting like a kind of an under flagship camera or not having the versatility of the S25 or the S24 Ultra camera, all the rest of that, if that's your thing, then don't worry about it. But if you're somebody who's going to stay on the Fold train, then the Fold 6, design-wise, that's the refresh, kind of nice, bold, new. Well, bold. That's something that you're going to consider then, because $900 I think brings that way down, brings it down to $1,000, brings it in the range of a regular slab smartphone. You saved yourself the extra $100 by using the link in the description. Wink, wink. Brings that down to $900. Throw in a couple whatever's in there, and you're good to go. So that's something that to me is the sweet spot for upgrading, is the Fold 3 to the Fold 6. Fold 2, $600, right? You held on an extra year, you wanted it, you liked it, whatever else, you spent the money, you wanted to get the most out of it. Now I think it's time to move on. You get yourself not $600 for your Fold 6, for your Fold 2, I should say, and you can enjoy all the creature comforts that you've been missing out on, like S Pen support, like the wider outer display. Your thumbs will thank you, I promise. If you're somebody who loved your Fold 2 experience, maybe you picked up a used one. Maybe you picked up a used one cheap on eBay. See what it's like. See how the other side lives. See how cool it is to have that larger canvas on the inside. I promise you, if you loved your Fold 2 experience coming to the party late, you're going to love your Fold 6 experience. And I can say that because even though I don't have it yet, because the Fold 5 experience, the Fold 6 experience, not going to guess it's that different. So you'll like it, though. If you're somebody who picked up a Fold 2, you're going to like your Fold 6. Now, if you're somebody who's like on an S21 Ultra, a little long in the tooth now, Snapdragon 888 just not doing it for you anymore, all that stuff, $500 for that. S22 Ultra, interesting. You got Galaxy AI. That device is hanging in there power-wise, so there's less incentive to maybe jump over. But if you're somebody who is curious about folds, and I'm done with the Galaxy models, I'm done with the S22 models or the S24 models, I don't like the whatever I want more space, I want a more interesting phone, that's something you might consider. So $650 for your S22 Ultra, $500 for your S21 Ultra. So those are the ones that I think you'd kind of kick over from. There's flips and whatever else. We're going to talk about the flip tomorrow, by the way, not the outsized $900 that we got last year trading in your Flip 4 for your Flip 5. It's $650. So kind of more in line with reality, I guess. There, I think they lost. I think they lost their lunch a couple years in a row on the $900 outsized trade-in offer for the Flips trading in for the new generation. I guess they figured not a lot of people, but it was very tough not to do it. Because for, whatever. But it is more of a conversation now, though. Because if you look at the designs, look at what they offer. Like I said, we're going to go more in-depth into the Flip 6 tomorrow. But if you have a Flip 5, there's certainly no reason to. If you have a Flip 4, it's more of a conversation. But, you're not getting as much back as you were in previous years. But for the Fold 6, like I said, you got a Fold 4, you're hanging in there, you're probably pretty good another year. If you got a Fold 5, what are you doing? Go watch another video. If you have a Fold 2 or a Fold 3 and you're already about that Fold life, Samsung is kind of giving you a lifeline here. And as we've seen in other years, it doesn't always last forever. Sometimes that number, that's that $900,000 number, falls off a cliff. So, like I said, use the links in the description. It does help the channel. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have a delicious day.